Hello, welcome to Inside Circle. I'm Mark Webster.
I'm Cameron Brown.
And I'm Joseph Goodpastor.
This is Tommy Porter, the man behind the scenes doing all the camera work.
The real MVP.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
All right, well, we're going to start off with this roller coaster of a free agency in the NFL we've been having.
Man.
I mean, there's been so many, exciting trades and signs and just unexpected. And first one we're going to talk about is Ndamukong Suh signing with the Miami Dolphins. Mark, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it was a great pickup by the Miami Dolphins to get Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he's a big free agent. He's worth it. In my opinion, he is worth it. I mean, if you look at his numbers from last year, it was amazing. And also you have to note, Ndamukong Suh is set to become the fifth non-quarterback to receive a contract of at least $100 million. That's money right there for him. And then you have Cameron Walker on the other side playing with him. Watch out for this Miami Dolphins team.
You know, the Miami's gonna be okay next year, but I think he wasn't worth six-year contract, $114 million. It's a lot of money. He's getting paid more than J.J. Watt, who's no argument the best defensive player in the game, right?
Yeah.
No argument, best defensive player in the game. Rich Sherman would argue, but I mean, he had 53 tackles last year and about 9 sacks. I mean, that's good, but $60 million guaranteed. That's a lot of cap space.
All right, yeah, I mean, I think Ndamukong Suh was actually a good pickup for the Miami Dolphins because what he can do in the run-stopping game, just for them alone, I mean, he creates defensive plays and he helps his defensive line get sacks, and that's a big part of what the Miami Dolphins need to do more of, getting to the quarterback, and then that will help them win some more games on the defensive side of the ball.
I agree.
All right, so let's move away from the Miami Dolphins talking Ndamukong Suh, and let's go over to the Saints and how that really hurts them on their offensive side of the ball, but also Jimmy Graham going now to the Seattle Seahawks and what that does for them as a Super Bowl team already, and what that does for Russell Wilson and gives him another target.
You know, I'm just not understanding what the Saints are trying to do right now. And I mean, besides get rid of Cap, obviously he's a high cap player. He's making a lot of money there. The organization needs to get some younger guys, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But it's just the Seahawks are going to be really good next year. Thanks to the Saints, they're going to be good anyway. Jimmy Graham's going to be good. The Saints are still going to be bad. I mean, they're going to have a good backfield, but Drew Brees is on the team and he's a quarterback. He likes to throw the ball. So
Pretty much sums it up. But if you look what the Saints did last year, they really didn't do that much.
nothing.
But the Seahawks getting Jimmy Graham is big. Like, people don't realize how big that is.
That's a big.
Like, you have a decent, well, I can't even say decent. You have an amazing tight end who recently just got paid from the Saints, but now is going to Seattle. Seahawks are going to be back in the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
I mean, I can't fight you on that one.
Yeah,
Wilson, the quarterback, too.
Yeah, that just gives Russell Wilson another extremely good target, and it really hurts the Saints in a run of doing anything for their receiver depth, but being solid in the backfield, but Drew Brees is a guy that can throw the ball and he likes to do it, and he's losing a really good deep target.
I agree. I could not agree with you more, Russian Diddy.
Yes, sir.
Next topic.
All right, well, let's move on to the Colts, and there are many good signings. That's ridiculous. Frank Gore and Andre Johnson, that's ridiculous. Cameron, we'll start with you.
Shout out to the home team, Colts fan for life. But Andre Johnson, Andre Johnson, who's played with Frank Gore in Miami. Andre Johnson is one of the best players in Houston history, if not the best. He didn't have a great last season. He had a good last season. He's an older guy, but they needed a wide receiver after parting ways with Reggie Wayne. Shout out to Reggie Wayne. Hopefully he's a Hall of Fame candidate sometime soon. They give him 3 years, $21 million. He gets to play with Andrew Luck, which is great. Frank Gore is going to be a great power running back, what the Colts have needed. The Colts are now Super Bowl contenders. Thanks to Frank Gore, Andre Johnson, and Andrew Luck. They have a great offensive team, and their defense will need some work, of course, but they're still going to be really good offensively.
Yeah. Me personally, be a Steelers fan, but I have to shout out to the home team. They made a big move.
They made big moves, man.
Big moves. But let's start with the defense. Signing Trent Cole. Also signing Kendall Langford. I mean, this defense is just really grown. And, I mean, you can still get – if you look at, all the free agents out there on defense, they could still go for Greg Harden.
Yeah, hey, big pickup. That'd be a big pickup.
And also they can get Vince Wilfork for probably veteran minutes or veteran
pay. So.
Yeah, veteran pay too. The U,
Hey.
It's like joining the Miami.
It's
like
Miami
Jordan.
Colts.
Yeah, the Miami Colts pretty much.
But I mean, well, now it's just gonna be to see what Andrew Luck can do.
He wins.
Getting Frank Gore into his rotation, and Andre Johnson too. I mean, Andrew Luck can make plays, and that's what he's been doing. But if the Colts backfield doesn't pick him up like they haven't been doing the past couple playoff years, then me personally, I don't think they're a Super Bowl winning team.
Right. And then also, something quick to note, Andre Johnson was offered the max contract by the San Diego Chargers.
Not
He
about the
turned
money.
that down
I know
to come to Indiana.
It's not about the money. The Colts, mark my words, Super Bowl contenders.
All right, so now let's move on to another big trade between two rival teams, the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Cowboys basically giving
baby.
DeMarco Murray to the Eagles. What does that do for them?
The Eagles are now also a championship contender team because I like Chip Kelly as a coach. I like what he's trying to do with the Eagles. He's getting rid of people are like, oh, these players are good, but he's like, they don't fit into my plan. You're gonna have Sam Bradford at quarterback next year and DeMarco Murray at running back. The Eagles are going to be good. They weren't bad last season, honestly. I just think the Cowboys they got rid of a really 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 good player. We saw what he could do. He was the best running back in the NFL last season. So I mean, they picked up McFadden, and I think they're going after Adrian Peterson. Who knows? But the Cowboys just made the Eagles better and made it tougher on themselves.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look what the Eagles done last year, not really a strong team, But then the Cowboys I thought they would re-sign Murray.
Yeah,
In my opinion,
sure.
I thought they was going to re-sign
Giving
Murray.
Dez all that money, how can they resign him?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Dez recently tweeted, as you can see up there, that he wanted Murray back. But then he also said, hey, it's a business,
Understandable.
and you're going to make your money the way you get it.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just a big story for the Eagles, and in my opinion, now having the best backfield depth in the NFL, and that's what they're gonna have next year. But this just hurts the Cowboys, seeing that DeMarco Murray really gave Tony Romo an edge, and it wasn't just relied on Tony Romo and the quarterback. So it's really gonna hurt the Cowboys offense as a whole.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
All right, well, shout out to the hometown Pacers
Yes, sir.
for being on a 7-game win streak. That's pretty impressive, and it puts them in the playoffs now.
Yeah, shout out to the Pacers. Not a big Pacers fan, but shout out to the home team. They're representing well and they're playing great. They're contenders in the East right now. So
Yeah, shout out to the home team. Not a big Pacers fan, but I got to respect what they're doing right now. Rodney Stuck has been playing his butt off.
yeah.
What are you about to say about Paul George?
Oh yeah, Paul George said he didn't want to come back right now and mess up the chemistry. Actually, yeah, he tweeted it. I thought that was courageous of him, not being selfish. Being a player for the team instead of being just for himself. Because everybody knows when Paul George gets back, Pacers gonna go from here to here.
Correct.
I guess, he doesn't know that yet, but when he comes back, everybody shall see.
Yeah. Congrats to the Pacers again. Well, it's March, obviously.
March
so
Madness,
it's
baby.
just a March Madness.
get it.
Let's talk about bracketology. Cameron.
No, we already know what he's gonna say.
Well, I bet everybody's tired of this, hearing this from me, but Kentucky is going to win the national championship. But we'll get on Kentucky in a second. The first 4 out right now are Miami, Texas A&M, Temple, and UCLA. Surprisingly to me, IU is one of the last 4 in. Ole Miss, BYU, and Tulsa. Mm-hmm. Shout out to those teams. Hopefully IU handles it and stays in. I hate Miami, so let's go ahead and
Yeah, same here, man.
thankful that they're out. But number 1 team and rightful number 1 seed, Kentucky. Everybody agree?
I agree.
According to
with
my
you.
calculations, they're 32-0. So, number 1 team in the country. Who do you have knocking them off if it's possible? Like either of you guys.
I'm going to have to go with Wisconsin.
Everybody's
Just because it's kind of tricky. If they put Wisconsin
yeah.
in the Midwest with Kentucky,
Yeah.
Wisconsin wants that revenge, man. I just see it happening. Yeah, I mean, the defense of Wisconsin is big. I mean, you might not say that they can match up with Kentucky,
Yeah.
but last year's game, I know you're going to say Kentucky's a different team as of this year,
I
but
mean, it is.
same coach,
You're right. Okay.
same coaches, and you have more experience. You have more experience on Wisconsin's team if you look at that.
You're right. Okay.
So I think Wisconsin is the team that could probably get them.
So
in the Midwest.
outside of Kentucky, you got Wisconsin. Outside of Kentucky, I have Duke winning it all. How about
Well,
you?
I don't have Wisconsin winning it all. I have
Oh.
Wisconsin knocking off Kentucky.
Outside of Kentucky, who do you have besides Kansas? I'm sorry.
Besides
our
Kansas?
favorite teams, who do we all have?
I will have to go with probably Duke.
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 Okay, we all agree that Duke's the second best team in the country.
Yep.
All right.
By statistics.
Yeah. So how about you? Who do you think could beat Kentucky if
In the championship.
tournament, championship?
Tournament or championship, you have to say
Nobody. But yeah.
You have to say Wisconsin or Duke. I mean, like me personally, I feel like no team seeded like 3 or higher is gonna like have a chance against Kentucky. Kentucky's just too dominant.
Yeah, and right now they're playing a lot better offensively. Like I said, they have to do. They're playing a lot better offensively. They're a great defensive team. We all know this. They're 32-0. Shout out to them boys.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who do you have that could possibly knock off Kentucky?
You know what?
Even though you're a Kentucky fan.
Duke. Okay, I'm. Everybody's been telling me like all week. Everybody says Wisconsin. Why? You're right. They played last year. Kentucky won with a young team. There's experience on that Wisconsin team, but there's also experience on this Wildcats team. Guys are back. Willie Cauley-Stein's a junior. Andrew and Aaron are both sophomores now. They're not kids anymore. They're sophomores now. They're not diaper dandies. Just think about it. And now they have these freshmen that are playing amazing. Karl-Anthony Towns, in my opinion, best big man. Better than Kaminsky and Okafor, in my opinion. Just saying.
What?
Hey, that's a bold statement right there.
That is a
Willie
bold
Cauley-Stein,
statement.
one of the better defensive players. Devin Booker, Trey Lyles is playing amazing. Andrew and Aaron, Tyler, and they're playing great without Alex right now. I just do not understand how anybody could have Wisconsin. Duke, this is why I like Duke. I love their guard play. I love Quinn and I love Tyus. They're both gritty players. They're hungry players, gritty guys. If anybody was to knock off Kentucky, be Duke. I don't see them doing it. I don't see anybody doing it. According to my calculations, again, they're 16-6 against ranked teams. So Kentucky's a tough team to play, and outside of Kentucky, I would have to have Duke winning it all.
All right, well, we're about to wrap up the show here, and
Who's your sleeper team? I'm sorry, who's your sleeper team?
Sleeper team?
Who do you have sleeping that nobody talks about much?
I might have to go with Butler. It's a proven fact that Butler can make noise in the tournament.
Uh-huh.
Although they did take a loss to Xavier in overtime, I think that loss was a really good loss for them because now they say, hey, it's one and done. And on any given night, we know there's Cinderellas, a team can be knocked off. I think Butler can go in the tournament and make a little noise.
All right, who's your sleeper, man?
I have LSU. To be honest, just LSU, just the way they've been playing and the way they've kind of shown up against Kentucky. I feel like they're not gonna go like extremely boring, but they're definitely gonna make some noise and knock off a heavy team.
LSU.
LSU? We talking about the same LSU.
Hey, you heard it here, folks. LSU.
Sleeper team. I wasn't talking about like terrible sleeper like LSU. I'm talking like Ohio State, Notre Dame,
No, LSU.
a quiet Arizona team that nobody watches out for. Like I was saying, I like Notre Dame a lot as a sleeper team. Maybe Arizona. Notre Dame has a really good player, really good players, really good coach, and they share the ball, which is really good. They're a team. They're a complete team. They play like a team, and they play as you would want a team to play. That's why I have Notre Dame as a sleeper team. Another sleeper team is Arizona. Arizona has one of the best freshmen in the country. If right now, everybody talks about Jahlil Okafor. Nobody talks about the kid Stanley Johnson. Why? He's just as good. At his position. I believe he's one of the better players in the country. He can match up with anybody, and the Arizona team can match up with anybody. They have good guard play also. And lastly, I said Arizona.
Yeah, I like you to stick to one, Mr. Brown.
Right.
Oh, I can go to another team too.
Ohio
Two
State,
teams.
but Ohio State would be my last. I'm not going to Death Why, but my sleeper team for sure is Notre Dame,
All right.
not LSU.
Well, we'll have to see about that.
Well, let's start with the different regions we have here. Joseph, let's get it going.
All right, yeah. So we're just gonna help out our fans real quick in case they want to get a jump start. I'm on filling out their brackets after
Going
Sunday. After Sunday. Now this is not the actual bracket, but we're just each gonna give our opinions on who we basically have for the Final Four coming out the Midwest, West, East, and South.
Okay, yeah.
So Cameron, we'll start with you on the Midwest.
For first off, filling out a bracket is just as important voting to NBA fans. I say NBA fans.
No, Cam.
We don't start all the way over, do we?
No.
All right, okay. Filling out a bracket is just as important as voting for NCAA fans. And Midwest, this is not an official bracket, but Midwest for Kentucky's in the Midwest. I have Kentucky coming out of the Midwest, of course. I like Arizona coming out of the West over Villanova, number 2 seed, supposedly. I do like Virginia over Kansas coming out, over Maryland, over all those teams. And lastly, I have to finish with Duke. I know that's probably not going to happen. Somebody has to get upset somewhere. But more than likely, I have Kentucky, Arizona number 2, Duke, and Virginia.
All right, Mark.
Wow.
What about you?
Let's start with the East. Okay, you got Virginia there, and then Virginia, in my opinion, is not a really strong team. Although they're in the ACC and they have competed at a high level, I just don't think personally they're a really, really strong team.
OMG.
With the absence of a key player, you know his name, Justin?
It doesn't matter. Do you know how these boys play defense?
Well, that doesn't really matter
They were
because
dogs. They were dogs.
okay.
Last time Kansas went up against a good defense team, like a really, really
Bro, now you gonna talk about
Okay, anyway, yeah.
All right.
All right, so hey, you didn't tell us about who you have.
Oh yeah, I got Kansas coming out of there. They have our hardest IPI schedule. Hardest IPI schedule.
Whoa.
That shows the regular season is gonna pay off.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll
So,
go in more depth next week.
You got
All right,
got
South.
South. I'm gonna go with Duke. I mean, they really have no one that can challenge them. Other
North
than
Carolina.
Maybe, yeah, North Carolina. As I see, what else you got? Georgia, maybe.
West, and Northeast.
I mean, we didn't mention
West and
Gonzaga, but-
Midwest.
Yeah.
We can go to
Who you got,
West.
man?
I'm gonna have to go with Notre Dame.
I like it.
Notre Dame. I
I like
mean,
it.
I feel like they're
Yeah.
sleepers right now, but they can move up.
Yeah, I like it. Like Notre Dame, Arizona.
And then the Midwest. Go ahead and give me Kentucky.
Sounds
Psych!
all right.
Wisconsin, baby. I like Wisconsin's defense. I think
If you-
Kentucky's
if
bound
if you're
to
saying-
lose
if
this
you're going-
game.
If you're going off defense,
Off of this, as of right now, I think they're the only team that can challenge them. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, Kentucky's in the Final Four.
yeah, I mean,
So.
Kentucky's in the Final Four.
All right, I'm gonna make mine short and sweet. Midwest, Wisconsin. West.
LSU and
Well-
Wisconsin. Don't listen to them. Let's go. Who's next?
Arizona. South. Now listen up, Duke. And then East. Lastly, me. I actually have Maryland.
Oh
coming out.
man.
Okay, so he has LSU.
LSU.
He has Wisconsin.
LSU, a
Listen
team
to
that
me.
lost to Texas A&M.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so
All right, you're gonna be surprised.
no. Okay. That's the show.
Yeah. Tune in next
See
week
ya.
to get in depth on the brackets.
You gotta go. You gotta
gotta
go,
go.
bro.